I'm Dom Crawley. I'm the founder of BaseApp, which was started here in Ballarat, Victoria. So BaseApp is an operations system which I have developed over the last 5 years, designed to make small businesses' operations, day-to-day operations, a lot more effective. BaseApp kills all the pain points that small businesses have, the communications that we struggle with on a day-to-day basis, software that actually integrates with our financial systems that we use, which you're talking about the Xeros and the MyObs, and also the real basic one for us is allocations. BaseApp is an absolute must for any small business, especially in concreting or earthworks or in a trade area, because what it does is it makes us as a small business owner really effective without employing more staff. It makes your life a lot more easier. You find time, you find money because your cash flow improves. And that's the big thing, is we actually know it's really effective, and from the day you turn on, it will work for you. So we got busy and I assumed we had to have a whole heap of people in the office to get things done. What BaseApp does is it does that for you without employing those staff. Simple things like communicating with your clients, communicating with your contractors or staff on site. Those sort of things which take a lot of time, BaseApp does that automatically for you. It saves hours a day. And that's the big thing. It takes the stress out of remembering to do things, number one. But number two, it gives you time back so you can do things that you want to do. The app has been designed about everything that has hurt me along the line. So each time I've developed it, I've looked at eliminating that stress from me and my family. So the first one was communication. I used to sit on the phone of a night time, texting people, calling people, telling them where they're going to be, when I'm coming. So that's the first thing. It does that automatically. The second thing was invoicing. It's shocking. I'm used to driving a Bobcat around or playing in mud. I didn't want to come home and sit there and do invoicing of a night and use a software package that I wasn't great around. So that was the second thing. We integrated it, so all you got to do is push a button. For me, it's basic. I now invoice in 5 minutes instead of 3 hours. The third thing was capturing evidence. I had staff on site. You're really just relying that they're doing the right thing. So I had to develop something that made them accountable. And even your best staff, at the end of the day, it's not their business. So keeping them accountable by having photos and evidence was massive for me, because our quality of work went through the roof. But that kills another pain point at the same time. We're getting paid for the work we're doing. We've got evidence to give our clients. Now, the fifth one, which is the biggest for me, is the allocations. I could allocate everybody in my business in literally about 5 minutes when it used to take me 3 to 4 hours. So it does all those really basic things that we do every day really quickly, but the biggest thing, it's efficient. It doesn't make mistakes. When the human error in it, I used to always make mistakes. You look at invoicing, I used to just miss something in there, put the wrong decimal point in the wrong spot, forget to add GST, all those things that we're not good at. But this does it all for you. What I want people to do from the end of this is don't be afraid to give it a go. At the end of the day, we're always apprehensive to change. For things to change, we have to change, and we've got to do something different. This thing works. I'll guarantee every person who downloads this or comes across, and we help them, and that's the beauty of what we also do, is we're a in-person onboarding system. You don't just do it online. We come and see you and get you working on it. It will make a difference. I just want people not to be scared and not pigeonhole us as a software company, because that's not what we are. If they want things to improve, just get in contact with us. The one thing I always tell everybody, you've got nothing to lose. We don't lock you into a contract either. That's the big thing. If you don't like it after a week, turn it off. I could not care less. I believe 100% this thing works if you use it the way I use it. So if you invest in it, your time, we'll invest the time back as well. We know that most people are scared of software here at BaseApp. So our onboarding process is in person. There's no way. I've been there. I've sat in those chat box things that they do online, and you go and you've got to sit there and talk to, you think you're talking to someone, but it's AI, whatever it is. We actually come to you and we show you how it works. That's how much we believe in our product. I'll put someone on a plane, if you're in Western Australia from Ballarat, I will come over and I'll sit down with you and show you how good this system is. And it's not costing you anything. And then if you do like it, we will come and sit with you for 2 days and train you, and we will stay in contact with you for as ever long as it takes for you to get comfortable with it. Because let's be honest, none of us are IT experts. all right? We all are getting these things because everyone else has got software and technology is coming along with us, but we're good at what we do on a day-to-day basis. And for me, and at BaseApp, you being able to use the software is so important to us that we will come and sit down and make sure you're good at it. The big thing about our onboarding is we're reminding you you've got to do things to change. And it's literally one phone call a day most of the time is, hey, did you remember to invoice today? You've got to go into the system and invoice. Because people get busy on their day-to-day process and just being out on site, doing whatever, picking up the kids, dealing with staff, whatever it is, and doing what they've done for the last 10 years. So there's little things like bringing across your contacts from Xero or your MyOb, your accounting software, making sure all your contact details are in there. We know you're not going to want to do that, so we come and do that for you. Setting up your clients or your contractors and your staff with the app. It's funny, they all download apps every day of the week, but getting them to do it is another thing. So we actually, on your behalf, will go to site with your staff and get them up and running, answer any questions for them, because you're never going to get around to doing it. So our onboarding process is more about getting you set up to run from day one, which is pretty simple. It's all there. It's just we help you to get to it. And then secondly, is just we stay with you for, if it takes 6 weeks, but we've found it's only 2 weeks, just getting you to change your habits and the way that you need to use the software to be effective. If you keep doing the same things that you've done in the past, you won't change. And our software definitely is built around change because we want you to start early and we want you to finish early. I don't know anyone other than the people who are using BaseApp now who are in small business in construction that have got control of that balance between work and family. And I always hear it, they get home from work, which jobs have you done? Your husband or your partner's tired. And I don't really want to talk it right now, but I've got to get the invoicing done. So it becomes a conversation, no one really wants to do it. And it's done when our kids are going to bed or it's around dinner time or it's over the dinner table. I was guilty of it, ridiculously guilty of it. I can remember many nights when I was sitting there and the kids are telling me things and I got no idea what they said because I was thinking about what stress work was giving me. BaseApp does it. It literally gets rid of all of that completely. Hand on my heart, if you don't believe me, come and have a go of the damn thing. It works. It just stops all of that stuff after hours because of what it automatically sends out, the communication, the ease of doing stuff. I can sit in my ute of an afternoon and invoice 100, 200, 300 jobs in about 15 minutes if I need to. When beforehand, it used to take me an hour and a half of a night time to invoice probably 20 invoices. And I was doing it in the end, not my wife. So we weren't having discussions around what was happening in the business other than, just the day-to-day chit-chat, not the stresses of it. Have you paid the GST? Have you done the invoicing? Which jobs did you get finished today? Why did you stuff this up? Why haven't you done that? The big thing was phones. And that's the worst thing about today is everyone wants communication right now. And they've got no trouble if it's 6, 7 o'clock at night, especially in construction, site supervisors who have got home, I better find out what's going on tomorrow. They've got no problem with ringing you at 7 o'clock at night. I think it's rude, but they do it. What we've done in BaseApp already is he's already been notified at 3:30 that we're coming tomorrow. So he's not going to call us. He's got a live link for your builders so they can go online and have a look what's going to happen. I had this big vision when I first started of having zero noise, because phones stress the hell out of me, and they still do today. I've still got phone anxiety from 15 years of my mobile phone annoying the hell out of me. What it does now is, and I go back, zero noise. I know it's not achievable. So what we did is we want to get all the noise to go out from the system instead of the noise coming back into us. And that's what BaseApp does. It just pushes it all out. You don't have to type anything up, do whatever. It's all automated, it just goes. Which what it does, it means you can be at home with your partner, with your kids, or hanging out with your mates, whatever it is, and you don't have to worry about what's going on with your business.